When you are moving forward, you are opening a doorway into the unknown. Connecting to the power of one within me is finding the doorway into my center. It is electrifying. It makes me feel alive. I am home. Jake's song, Ichigo Ichie, inspired this painting. As I listen to this song, I sense a yearning for home, as if the notes and the pattern Jake creates is an invitation to find a piece of home in every person I meet. This now has become a practice for me, and I have expanded the concept, so that my work is to find a piece of home in every person I meet, every plant, animal, place, and moment. While I was in the hospital for 2 months recently, this is what I focused on to help me heal and come home again. Sometimes I don't always connect right away, but when I take time to look beneath the surface, I can always find some piece of home. Sometimes it takes getting to know someone at different times of the day, different times of the week, to see the love within them. They might say the same thing about me, too. I have to find the bit of home I share with the rattlesnake, such as the air we all breathe, the rain, the sun shines on us all. If I expand my image of home in these different directions, I can always find a piece of home. I just have to change my viewing point to find it. Ichigo Ichie means once-in-a-lifetime chance in Japanese. This painting is about experiencing every moment as once-in-a-lifetime experience, in hopes of bringing a freshness and openness to each moment I am here, allowing me to remain teachable. At least that is my hope. I'm not always successful, but it is a teaching I can return to again if I find myself straying from it. The painting is also about moments when I felt completely understood by another, and this created a sense of home and belonging within me. It is now my work to treat myself well, take care of myself, so I may offer the same type of understanding to another when the moment arrives. The swallows appear because of an encounter I had once with a pair of swallows. One day I was sitting down on our dock, listening to Jake's song Pianoforte. To me, this song expresses the compassion of the universe. I was letting my hands dance to the music. The 2 swallows sat on a nearby rope, watching me. They were facing away from me, but had their heads turned facing me. One swallow was so interested in my hand movements, she leapt straight up into the air, turned around, so the bird was now facing me. I felt like the eyes of the universe were watching me, letting me know I was home in spirit's love, as seen through swallow's round black eyes. I felt completely understood. Finally, in the upper left corner, you see colorful hands, representing those of 3 friends who helped me have another moment of being completely understood and feeling at home. While I was in the hospital, a father and his 2 young sons, ages 3 and 6, visited me and played some music. When the evening came to a close, the last song he played was Pianoforte. And I was lying in my bed, and the 2 young boys were sitting in a chair next to me. My hands started dancing to the song and the music, and when the song came to a close, the youngest one sat straight up and he looked straight through me and he said, "You got it right." Wow! To be so thoroughly understood by a 3-year-old gave me a strong sense of the eyes of the universe watching me. as if through 3-year-old wisdom the universe was saying, "You are home in your heart, you are complete." An amazing moment of love and compassion for which I am grateful. Let us pause and breathe in, being at home in our hearts and being complete and whole in our brokenness. I find laughter and play to be an important part of life, connecting us to the home in our hearts and to the child within us and the children around us. Thus we find ourselves connecting to Jake's song, Music Box. This song reminds Jake of the sound of a child learning to play the piano. Jake has woven playfulness and a musical sense of humor into the song. When I first heard this song live in concert in Winston-Salem, I could see children dancing in the forest glen. For children, you see, are intimately connected with the miniature world at our feet that we as adults often forget about. And then a painting was born, changing my experience of the song. The small lives all around us that weave together to be the soil that support us at every step we take are honored here. Of special interest to me in this painting is the fact that I collaborated with 2 young women, ages 8 and 10 years. Please note the earthworms in the upper left and lower right corners are contributions of Gracie and Mabel Bell. Let us pause to breathe in the meaning of the miniature world at our feet, but also the laughter and sense of play of children. Jake's song Music Box has taken us into the forest with the children. What supports the forest? The soil, a powerful example of interconnections. The next couple of images I'd like to share with you are a poem that I wrote from a little booklet called Wisdom of Earth. Wisdom of Earth, soil. What is soil? Soil seems separate but serves sensuously in the fragrance of freshly dug dirt. Soil serves by enfolding, containing, an orderly, repeating structure that allows space for many connecting points of reality. Soil is relationships between life, forming ties that bind, all into living wholeness. relationships between particles of rock and stone, minerals from volcanoes, crystals of clay sliding across, connecting to many molecules of moving magnesium, potassium, and calcium, linked to oxygen flowing through earth rooms made by earthworms, connecting to bacteria both beneath and below bare ground, abounding around roots, and algae almost always in association with ponds, streams, and rivers, but also in soil fixing nitrogen from atmosphere, connecting to fungi filaments fingering their way through dirt, finding plant and animal fragments to decompose. Fungi can be found on fallen logs and leaves on forest floor, linked to millipedes making mud mounds, protecting their many eggs, millipedes eating molding plant parts, connecting to snails and slugs sliding on slimy surface trails over fallen logs and bumps of forest floor, and mole cricket chirping in sound chambers linked to roots reaching ready to release hydrogen ions through reciprocating channels of root hairs, connecting to mole that mightily moves mud, linked to lichens lying low on rocks dwelling in earth, and more interrelationships into below through more connecting ties that bind, all into the living wholeness of dirt. More connections than you and I will ever know. Soil, dirt, living wholeness, wisdom of earth. Let us pause as we breathe in the meaning of soil, wisdom of dirt.